I still remember the way his voice echoed across the office that night. Sharp, final. Then walk if you've got such a problem. He said it like I was disposable. Like 20 years of loyalty meant nothing. Like blood could be replaced by blood, even if one had never earned the right to lead. That was the moment the last thread of our family snapped. He thought I'd break. He thought I'd fold. He never thought I'd actually walk. But I did. And the silence I left behind became the earthquake that swallowed everything he thought he'd built. My brother, Aiden, wasn't always the enemy. There was a time when I carried him on my shoulders, when he'd follow me around the house like a shadow. A time when he looked at me the way younger brothers are supposed to, with admiration, not entitlement. But admiration rots fast when someone is handed power they haven't earned. It started small. Dad giving him meetings I'd prepared, giving him clients I had secured, praising him for ideas he didn't come up with. And Aiden, he didn't decline. He didn't correct him. He took every stolen credit like it was owed to him. I told myself it was temporary. Dad was aging. Aiden was eager. Maybe this was what families did: adjust, shift, support. But then Dad called me into his office, told me he wanted me to train Aiden, prepare him to step into my position, as if I were just a placeholder, as if everything I'd built was simply a warm-up for the golden child. What gutted me wasn't the decision. It was the expectation that I'd smile through it, that I'd teach the boy who'd never fought a single day in the trenches how to replace me. I said no, calmly, without apology. Dad's face twisted. His disappointment was venomous. "You're being emotional," he said. "You're lucky you even have a place here." That was the first betrayal. But the next one cut deeper. 2 days later, I walked in early and saw Aiden in my office, sitting in my chair, feet up, telling the team he was transitioning into new leadership. Like I was already gone. Like he didn't expect me to walk in on the rehearsal for my own funeral. He smirked, said Dad wanted him to get comfortable. That's when something inside me shifted. Not rage, not heartbreak, just a quiet, surgical clarity. If they wanted me gone, fine. But I wouldn't leave empty-handed. I played my role until the moment I walked out. No threats, no scenes, just a polite resignation letter, a handshake, and a smile. They thought that meant I surrendered. But revenge doesn't need noise. It needs timing. For 20 years, I kept the company's systems alive. Payroll, vendor networks, contract renewals, compliance calendars. I didn't sabotage anything. I didn't delete files. I did something far simpler. I stopped holding the weight they never realized I'd been carrying. And the moment I stepped away, everything I had been quietly managing collapsed. Their biggest client didn't get their renewal reminder, which triggered a default penalty, which triggered a lawsuit. Vendors they ignored because I used to smooth things over finally pulled out. Payroll errors spiraled because Aiden insisted on reorganizing the team. And Dad, so sure his legacy was untouchable, had the brilliant idea to make sudden public statements about leadership transitions. The market shredded him in hours. I didn't lift a finger. I didn't have to. A house of cards only needs one card to walk away. The confrontation came exactly 1 week later. Dad showed up at my apartment. No anger now, just exhaustion. Defeat sitting heavy on his shoulders. "Aiden isn't ready," he said quietly. "We need you." He said need, not want, not value, need. The word tasted different now. For the first time in my life, he wasn't talking like a king addressing the soldier. He was talking like a man who'd finally realized the cost of taking loyalty for granted. I looked him in the eyes and told him the truth. "You told me to walk, so I did, and I closed the door." People say revenge is loud, explosive, messy. Mine wasn't. Mine was precise. I didn't destroy their company, I simply stopped saving it. And as I watched Dad's empire crumble without the son he once dismissed, I felt something I hadn't felt in years: peace. Sometimes you don't burn the bridge, sometimes you simply stop holding it up, and it collapses all on its own.